With the news of the F1 26 game being cancelled and a brand new Reimagined game coming in 2027, these would be all the things we'd like to see in the upcoming Formula 1 game. Along with a brand new dynamic weather system, localised weather should be heavily considered. The last time we seen this was in F1 2012, where it could be dry in some parts of the circuit, meanwhile it's wet in others. You can also add aquaplaning and puddles into that as well, alongside localised weather. This would give the driver more of a challenge and more of an experience to what would be like in real life if it ever got very bad weather. An example of aquaplaning would be in the recent Las Vegas Grand Prix qualifying, where Oliver Bearman locked up at the end of his Q1 lap on a very cold Las Vegas circuit. He couldn't slow down and skidded all the way to the barriers. Now, I don't know if this one is down to a copyright issue currently, I'm assuming it is, but something I'd really like to see is realistic F1 graphics, pretty much identical to what we see on our TVs. Now, don't get me wrong, the graphics in F1 games have been getting more realistic as the years have went on, but it's not exactly how it is from the broadcast. And what's crazy is there's people out there that can make mods, which I'm showing you on screen right now, to get this. Now, this is on SimHub. If any of you guys who has a PC etc and plays F1 25, on there you can download SimHub and get a bunch of different overlay graphics for your game and make it look like this. The one I'm using right now is paid, so if you want a link for it I'll give you that in the description. But personally, my experience when I play the F1 game is I always want to see the game look as realistic as possible, and even me just showing you this on the screen right now instantly makes the F1 game look better. I'd say we take advantage of this whole development in AI and make an interactable AI engineer. Now, we can't speak to our engineer in the F1 game currently, but we're only limited to what we can ask. You have all these voice commands in the F1 game, but sometimes you want a little bit more, like where you're losing time at a certain part of the track, or like where you can gain time on your teammate, or even try and send a message to your teammate and tell him to push harder if you're trying to get through a pack. Which I'm going to show you an example of this in two different scenarios where I'm stuck behind my teammate and trying to do a different strategy. Engineer, tell Lance to push, we can get past Hadra here. There's a big train of cars ahead of us that we can try and get. We've got the pace to catch them, so tell Lance to hurry up.
We're on it, mate, don't worry.
I think we need to try a different strategy here. There's a pack of cars all stuck in a DRS train. I think we need to do something. So think about trying something different very soon.
Copy, mate, keep going for now. Okay, in this lap, mate, pit, confirm and box. We will be fitting you with the hard tyres to the end. We need maximum push for the next few laps.
Manual pit stops, classic tracks, classic cars, national anthems, victory laps and part Fermi laps are something that should be highly considered as well. But I'm going to show you a message I received from my boss back in February, who's named James, who is the social, community and creators manager of EA Sports, where he responded to a video that I shared, which was the things we all want on the F1 game, the first edition I did at the beginning of the year, where he gave good feedback and gave us a rough understanding of where we lie with these features. Now, obviously this was February and this is before F1 25 was released, and clearly since then there's been a big shift on decisions, and this could be completely different now, this answer. This could potentially all be going into the F1 game, but it potentially might not be. So that's why I'm showing you this, guys, because I'm going to say at the moment these features are probably 50-50. But I would like to suggest a cinematic cutscene for victory in laps if they don't think that's possible, but I do believe we need to see more cinematic experiences at the end of races, especially a quick race when you win a Grand Prix, or even just being on the podium, which you could add cool down room cutscenes to this as well, which is something we did get a glimpse of in F1 21 with the breaking point mode.
You do know the Mercedes seat is mine. The contract's as good as signed. Tell him, mate. Mate?
I don't know who this seat's going to. Anyway, I just came to congratulate you all and bid you a fond farewell. It's been a pleasure.
Realistic damage simulation is also needed as well. We've had the same sort of damage in the Formula 1 games for a good while now, and it's time to see the game take the next step in its simulations. For example, more realistic wheel-on-wheel contact to how it would be in real life. Nothing much happens when you bang wheels of a car in a straight line on the F1 game. Sometimes you get wheel-on-wheel contact, but you end up just getting stuck to the other guy's wheel and go straight into the wall, which can be very, very frustrating and not very realistic. Adding suspension damage would be interesting as well, because with a slight tap to the wall and you damage your tyre, that is you completely out of the Grand Prix. A simple mistake could lead to something very costly, which is something that more professional F1 players should have. Remember when you load up F1 2010 for the first time and the first thing you get is you walking into a press conference getting asked by journalists what team you'll be driving for in career mode, what's your name, etc. So if I could see things like the pre-weekend press conferences, post-practice quality and race interviews as well, something we've had in the past, all of these things in my eyes should always be in the Formula 1 game. A new system for unlapping yourself under the safety car is much needed as well. In the modern F1 games, if you have a very bad race and you fall well behind the pack, you're now a lap behind, the safety car comes out, it's very difficult to get past the cars in front, and the game barely even lets you unlap any of the cars in front of you. Doesn't matter what position you are, if you're last or you're behind the leader, they still won't let you unlap yourself. Now take this scenario for example, the race is restarted and I'm round about in the middle of the pack here. I'm a lap down, but I'm round about 10th on the track. Then I try to get away from the pack and get past them, but I can't because the blue flags are instantly deployed, meaning I have to slow all the way down, and then that's my race completely ruined. I can't even pass the pack either way because I'll get blue flagged, and if I have no blue flags I get a penalty and then probably later disqualified. So let's see a brand new system for that. We have F2 in the game, so to top it off I think it'd be good if we could see Formula 3 added to the F1 game. This would be also very good to see in career mode as well, because you'd be able to go from the lower leagues in Formula 3 and make your way up into Formula 2 and to the top league of Formula 1. If you want to give the player a full F1 experience, you need to add flat spots to the games, because every time a driver heavily locks up you're always able to see the flat spots on the tyres. When it comes to vibrations and flat spots as well, the first thing that comes to my mind is when Nico Rosberg locked up on lap 1 of the Russian Grand Prix in 2014. He locked up that badly that he had to come at the end of the lap and get a new set of tyres because he was suffering from heavy vibrations. An in-game example of this would be Assetto Corsa, because if you push your tyres too hard when you've got mechanical damage turned all the way up alongside tyre wear, you do get to feel the wear of the tyres as the race goes on. If you've locked up or you've spun many times and the rear tyres are gone, you instantly feel the vibrations of the rear tyres through your steering wheel. And this doesn't need to just be with steering wheels as well, this could also be for pad players because not everybody is a steering wheel player. A complete overhaul for the AI in every different aspect of the game. This also includes being more aggressive on safety car restarts as well, because in the past if you're controlling the pace at the front or you're sitting behind an AI ready to get the race back underway again, you sort of have a rough idea when they're going to go. For the career mode side, I see we need more customization for the calendars. It gives us more options to play about with what tracks go where, because pretty much at the moment all you can do is remove Grand Prix. You can't really play about with where the other Grand Prix want to go, because wouldn't we all love to see Monaco as the opening race of the season? You just fully customise wherever you want to go. You could have Bahrain at the end of the season, even though Bahrain is at the beginning. You know, we could finish it at Interlagos. Like, for people that like me, I'd really love to see Brazil finish the season. I'd personally be doing that. Now, pit lane starts is a thing the F1 community has been wanting for quite some time. This is normally caused by changing your car components if you're starting at the back or you've received a big engine penalty. But the difference is, you don't take the lights, you start well behind the pack. Now, normally how this would work is the field would go round and complete the formation lap, while the others that are starting from the pit lane would stay in their garages until the field have lined up. They would then go to the end of the pit lane and wait for the pack to pass and wait on the green light so the race can start. But in recent times that's not the case, because now people start from the pit lane, will join the formation lap after the last car on the grid has left, follow with the rest of the pack, and as they come to the end of the lap they'll peel off into the pit lane while the field will line up. They will then take the position at the end of the pit lane, wait for the race to get underway and get the green light so their Grand Prix can start. Since F1 2015, Eagle 4.0 has been the home of the current F1 game's physics engine. We could either see a switch to Unreal Engine here with the development of the 27 game, or at least take a step forward and go to Eagle 5.0. Now, from what I've read and seen online, I do believe Codemasters is very happy with the Eagle engine, so I can't see them sticking with that. So I do believe we will be with Eagle still for the next F1 game, but it'll be more an updated version. I'm lucky enough to be working as an F1 creator for EA and Codemasters, which means I can send these videos to them, they can see it, review it, and possibly even take some of the ideas into consideration. So let's get serious about this, guys. Comment below what you really want to see in the Formula 1 game, apart from the ideas that I've just added to this video. If you can think of any other options and things you want to see, I will go through them all and make a series out of this. This is the best time to do these type of things, guys, and we're not holding back because this could be the last time we could get something like this. So thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and to help me reach my current goal of 150,000 subscribers. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.